Bold opening, a dramatic shakeup has just rattled the Penguins, and everything hinges on how they respond against the Sharks. The core issue is a major lineup overhaul that changes the team's goaltending and defensive outlook, and this is exactly the kind of pivot that can redefine a season. But here's where it gets controversial. Can new pieces like Stuart Skinner, in a hypothetical swap, or a refreshed defensive core unlock a level the Penguins couldn't reach yesterday? Let's break it down clearly, with context, fresh explanations, and practical takeaways. The Pittsburgh Penguins entered game day with a season record of 14-8-7, and a significant roster shake occurred on Friday when Tristan Jarry and Sam Poulin were traded to the Edmonton Oilers in exchange for a struggling goaltender, Stuart Skinner, defenseman Brett Kulak, and a 2029 second-round pick. This move marks a pivotal shift in net presence and defensive stability, as the Penguins prepared to host the San Jose Sharks on Saturday. Game day context and betting spotlight. The puck is slated to drop just after 3 p.m. local time, with Nicole Jenkins delivering the national anthem. On the betting front, FanDuel's NHL odds pegged the Penguins as solid favorites on the moneyline at -170, while the Sharks presented a viable cover option on the 1.5 puck line at +180. For fans seeking additional angles, props and futures bets remain available, including the Penguins' long-shot path to the Stanley Cup, listed around +25,000. Recent form and key moments. The Penguins entered this matchup carrying a stretch of hard luck, most notably a 4-2 loss to the Montreal Canadiens on Thursday. The defeat exposed gaps in passing execution and momentum generation, with Montreal rookie Jacob Fowler stealing the show in his NHL debut by stopping 36 of 38 shots. Pittsburgh's offense struggled to convert sustained pressure, and the team spent the final period searching for cohesion. Defensively, Chris Letang described the performance as horrible, underscoring the frustration felt in the locker room. Brian Rust and Erik Karlsson managed the lone markers for Pittsburgh. At 35 points, the Penguins sit in the second wildcard spot, tied with Montreal and New Jersey, though they hold a game or two in hand over each rival. Sharks' trajectory and notable storylines. The San Jose Sharks have rebounded to win 2 of their last 4 games, narrowing the gap to just 2 points behind Pittsburgh with 1 extra win in the mix. The rebuilding squad, led by 2024 first overall pick Macklin Celebrini and winger Will Smith, has transformed into a more competitive unit. Celebrini has been a driving force, contributing to nearly half of the Sharks' offense with 44 points and 15 goals to date. This game also marks the return of Alex Nedeljkovic to Pittsburgh. Playing the last 2 seasons with the Penguins, Nedeljkovic has appeared in 15 games this season with a .562 record and a .902 save percentage. Recent Sharks highlights include a 3-2 overtime win over the Toronto Maple Leafs on Thursday, where John Klingberg's shot through traffic tied the game with 1:25 left, and Alex Wennberg sealed the OT win. Nedeljkovic earned the victory in that contest. San Jose also defeated the Carolina Hurricanes during a recent 5-game road trip and now sits in the second Western Conference wildcard spot. Lineup and tactical insights. Penguins activation. Rakell returned to the lineup last Friday. While head coach Dan Muse stopped short of confirming a start, he expressed optimism about Rakell's practice performance and progress. Goaltending situation. The Penguins may proceed with Arturas Silovs in goal, though the final call depends on the visa clearance status of new acquisitions Skinner and Kulak. General Manager Kyle Dubas indicated hope that both players would be available, with contingency plans to recall a backup if necessary. Proposed Penguins lines, as observed in pre-game reporting. Rakell, Sidney Crosby, Brian Rust. Anthony Mantha, Tommy Novak, Justin Brazeau. Rutger McGroarty, Ben Kindleville, Koivunen. Connor Duerdanton, Heinen, Noel Acciari. Defense pairs under consideration. Parker Witherspoon, Erik Karlsson. Ryan Shea, Chris Letang. Brett Kulak, Connor Clifton. Goaltending. Arturas Silovs expected to start, pending final clearance of Skinner and Kulak. Sharks potential lines, as reported by San Jose Hockey Now. Colin Graf, Macklin Celebrini, Will Smith. William Eklund, Alexander Wenberg, Tyler Toffoli, Jeff Skinner, Ty Delandria, Philip Kurashev, Barclay Goodrow, Adam Goddard, Ryan Reeves. Defense: Mario Ferraro, Shakir Mukhamadullin, Dmitry Orlov, John Klingberg, Sam Dickinson, Timothy Liljegren. Goaltending: Alex Nedeljkovic in goal, though lineups remain subject to last-minute changes. Special Teams Snapshot: Penguins power play, 31.2%, ranked 3rd. Penalty kill, 84.7%, ranked 4th. Sharks power play, 18.4%, ranked 19th. Penalty kill, 80%, ranked 18th. Penguins notes and milestones. Sidney Crosby is 4 points away from tying Mario Lemieux's franchise record for points, 1,723. A tie would also position Crosby in a tie for 8th on the NHL all-time scoring list. Pittsburgh has won 7 of its last 9 meetings with San Jose, and has averaged 4.44 goals per game in those clashes. Despite difficulties, the Penguins have earned points in 7 of their last 9 games, for 2-3. Tommy Novak has posted 11 points, 6 goals, 11 assists, in 8 career games against the Sharks. Discussion starters. With the mid-season shakeup and a potential fresh lease on life with Skinner's addition, can Pittsburgh regain offensive rhythm and defensive reliability in time to solidify a playoff push? How will Rakell's return influence the forward group's chemistry? And what line combinations best maximize Crosby's playmaking alongside Rust? Is Nedeljkovic a realistic factor against a Penguins squad he knows well, or will Silovs' familiarity with the opposing system give Pittsburgh an edge? What controversial take would you offer about the Penguins' strategy, leaning into retooling now for long-term gains, or doubling down on current pieces for a quicker turnaround? If you'd like, I can tailor this rewrite further, adding more layman-friendly explanations, alternative perspectives, or a sharper breakdown of each player's role in the upcoming matchup. Would you prefer a version with a deeper sports analytics angle, or a more narrative, reader-friendly recap? Also, should I add a brief glossary for any hockey-specific terms for beginners?